Age has caught up. Novak Djokovic's fated encounter with Carlos Alcaraz or Jannik Sinner at 2025 French Open sparks fan reactions. Is Novak Djokovic running out of gas? Well, that has been the question lingering in time, and again with each tournament he plays nowadays. The 2024 proved to be his first slamless year since 2017. Although in 2025, Djokovic reached the SF of the AO, he was forced to retire due to an injury after losing the first set by 6-5-7 against Alexander Zverev. With the French Open knocking at the door, he will yet again get the chance to have a second bite at the cherry: 25 Grand Slam titles and 100 career titles. Last year, before the French Open, he said, "The wish, obviously, is always to go far, but let's see." He got his wish fulfilled after being handed a comparatively easy draw. Djokovic reached the QF at the 2024 French Open, but he was forced to withdraw from that match against Casper Ruud due to an injury. But this year, it seems his wish to go far may be a bit tough. However, some of the fans are quite pleased after knowing this. What's the fuss all about, though? Well, with Carlos Alcaraz's recent 6-4 triumph over Jack Draper, the Spaniard has now booked his spot as the second seed at the Roland Garros. He now has 8,240 points in the PEF ADP live rankings, whereas Alexander Zverev now leaves Rome with just 7,285 points, locking him into the third seed after his recent defeat to Lorenzo Musetti in the QF of the Italian Open. Hence, now Sinner and Alcaraz will be on opposite sides of the draw, and they can't meet each other until the final. Speaking on this, Carlos Alcaraz said, "I think it's great being the second seed in Roland Garros, knowing that I'm not going to see Jannik before the final if I reach it. I think it's great. It's something that I didn't think about, honestly. Before coming here, the number one, it wasn't a goal, knowing that it's a great thing." However, on the other side, some of the fans, probably fetal fans, are celebrating this massive change in the rankings for a different reason. What's it? A fan tweeted, "Carlos Alcaraz is now guaranteed the number 2 ranking and number 2 seeding for French Open, which means unlike last year, a certain top player cannot avoid both Sinner and Alcaraz in their half of the draw. And for that, I am delighted. #ATP Rome." Intentions are pretty clear, and some of the fans clearly don't want Novak Djokovic to clinch his 25th Grand Slam title at the French Open this year. They are happy to see him facing either Alcaraz or Sinner in the early stages. Djokovic has won the French Open thrice, 2016, 2021, 2023, in his career, but he hasn't won a title on the men's tour since his ADP Finals triumph in 2023. His current win-loss record is just 10-6. Although Novak Djokovic pulled out from the Italian Open this year, he has now accepted a wildcard entry to play in the ADP 250 event in Geneva before the Roland Garros. Although he is busy keeping no stone unturned ahead of the big clay court event, some of the fans are now wishing for his failure at the French Open. What are the other fans saying, though? Amid all the buzz surrounding the developments for the second major tournament of the season, Novak Djokovic recently announced his split with coach Andy Murray. The Brit joined his team ahead of the 2025 season after the Serb parted ways with Goran Ivanišević last spring. What could be the reason behind this split? According to Jim Courier, the clay court season hasn't been what either Murray or Novak would have wanted. I don't know what's exactly going on. Where does this leave Novak now? Did he ever really need a coach?
No.
Did he need motivation? Does this provide a spark now? He believes perhaps Djokovic needs some motivation. Maybe he felt like he needed another trigger to get ready for this next run of Roland Garros and Wimbledon when it matters the most. Can Djokovic find some motivation before the French Open? Time will tell. But after seeing the post from the fan, another fan tweeted, Oh, you meant that old goat? Don't worry, he will be out in the early rounds, cause no one is scared of him anymore. He is already a has-been. Novak Djokovic has decided to go back to the drawing board by taking part in the ADP 250 event before the French Open in order to avoid any such misfortunes in Paris. Will this do him a favor? According to the American legend Andy Roddick, Novak takes a wild card into Geneva. I think it's the right call. He believes repetition is key to refinding the form for the Serb. Talking about his chances at the French Open, another fan commented, If Djokovic has to play either Sinner, Alcaraz, or even Musetti, he will be beaten, I think. Age has caught up, but he may well not even make the quarterfinals. From dominance to defeat, it has been a sad downfall for the Serbs so far. Although Djokovic previously admitted this downfall, saying, "Things are different obviously for me the last couple of years. I've been struggling to play on the desired level." But at the same time, he was also heard saying, "I still have it in my legs, in my hands, and my arms." However, a probable Roger Federer fan celebrated the chances of Djokovic facing a tough draw in Paris by saying, "Yay! Vulturovic finally with no escape from facing two younger, next-gen players who aren't duds at BoF 5 tennis." You know when Fed first faced such a scenario? In the USO 2008 semis and finals. Then at USO 09, AO 10, USO 11, RG 11, VIM 12, VIM 19. Federer, Djokovic. Can Novak Djokovic win another slam? According to Juan Martín del Potro, as long as Novak Djokovic keeps playing, he will remain the best on the tour. He believes winning another Grand Slam is very personal for him. "I even think that he can win many more." Even Ren Stubbs once claimed that it's dumb to suggest Novak Djokovic needs to win another Grand Slam title to be considered the greatest tennis player. Getting an easy draw would have made things easier for him at the French Open this year, but now things may get a bit difficult. However, some of the fans claim, "I'm sure Djokovic will find a way to avoid them." Talking about his chances at the 2025 French Open, John Isner believes the 2025 season will be the last opportunity for Novak Djokovic to win his 25th major title. Jim Courier looked a bit concerned seeing his withdrawal from the Italian Open because he feels it's the best place to get ready for the French Open. Although Stubbs has shown support for the Serb previously, this time, after seeing his poor form, she claimed, "The worry index continues for Novak." Amid all these concerns and all the permutations and combinations, some of the fans interestingly stood beside the Serb, reminding his critics that certain player, Novak Djokovic, destroyed Alcaraz in the quarters at AUS Open on one leg. Recently, even Alexander Zverev claimed that despite all these ups and downs, Novak Djokovic still remains one of the most dangerous players in the world. Do you think the Serb can make a long run at the French Open this year?